What up, everyone? This is Cyrus. This is the second little message I have for you guys. It's crazy. So many people reached out after the first one and just kind of gave me their thoughts and opinions. Thank you guys for doing that, and I really want to hear your opinions and thoughts. Like, for real, let me know what you think. If you think you know, uh, what I'm saying is stupid, let me know. If you think what I'm saying helps you, let me know. Again, I'm really doing these because I want to be your source of positivity in your journey, whatever that is. Whether you're in the business world or you're a creative person or musician or something like that. I want to be the person there telling you you can do it, you are worth it, and I want to show you how to do it. And hopefully you do that with me. But at the end of the day, it's good just to have somebody there pushing you. You know, um, Today this is going to be kind of short, but we're talking about how to get the world to bow at your feet. All right, and this is like low key. Can be used for good or evil. Like, for real, this is like kind of funny. Not funny, but it literally when I break this down to you, you're gonna see why people can go from nothing to literally the top of the world, uh, or literally go from nothing and kill and do all this crazy stuff, steal millions of dollars or whatever you choose to do. This can be used to the absolute good or the absolute bad. All right? It's that serious. And when you hear this today, you're going to understand how you can apply it to your career, and more or less your life. But you're listening to this, so I want to put you on game because that's what I'm here for. All right. So I'm gonna break down how to make the world bow at your feet. All right. It's D plus G equals V. All right. That's it. All right. Go home later. See you guys. All right. Just kidding. So it's dreams plus goals equal vision. All right. Um, Again, this is gonna be really quick. All right. So dreams are like, you think of them as like kids. They're like, oh, like I had a dream about so and so, right, or whatever it may be. A dream is just a thought. Okay. Goals are the tools you decide to make your dreams happen. All right. So I'm gonna do 20, 100 sit-ups a day, and in a couple months, I'm gonna have a six pack. That's a goal, right? And the visions are what you use to inspire others to make your dreams happen. All right, so that's kind of how they're all related, right? But you can't do share the world your vision unless you're doing your dreams and implementing your goals. Okay, so that's the overarching way to do this. But let's dive deeper into why this is and why is this so important. It's just a D plus G equals V. Okay, cool, like blah blah blah, whatever. Let's dive into this a little bit more. All right. So dreams are crazy because I think science and studies have shown that you cannot tell the difference of a dream up until 4 years old. Like, when you're a little kid, you know, a dream is reality to you. That monster underneath your bed is really gonna eat you. You know what I'm saying? It's not fake. It was real. And it's like it's real. When you were in eighth grade, whatever it may be, you start to daydream, and it's like, oh man, this is the way I see the world, right? Daydreaming. Some people still have dreams, very vivid dreams as they get older, etc. But that is just a thought of the way you see the world, all right? And a lot of those dreams are initially positive things. Um, and like the reason why, like parents, I would say my parents are kind of a little bit like this. They kind of hate dreamers, or people hate dreamers. They want to push dreamers down, is because they let go of achieving them. They let go of setting up goals to implement, making their dream a reality. All right. So, um, do dreams really matter? Sort of, because they're the spark of thought of the way the world could be. They sort of matter, okay? Because we all have dreams, right? When we're all little kids, we all think of becoming millionaires, being an athlete, being an actor, or whatever. Everybody has them. Who cares? Okay, the difference of like basically, hopefully you and the 99% is instituting goals. Okay, so goals are what you decide to choose to make your dreams a reality. All right, they're up to you, because some people, as we all know, could just like, oh, I want to meet Jay-Z, and they go and they camp outside and they meet him, and then they have the skill to talk to him, and then boom, their dreams happen. Or like, there's a story of Ace Hood. Ace Hood, sat outside DJ Khaled's studio, I believe, for days on end, and they're like, obviously this kid's gonna kill himself or something. He obviously needs to talk. So boom, Ace Hood is now being talked about in a podcast because of him wanting to make his dreams happen. Some other um, crazy ways you can think about goals as a tool to achieve your dream is something that you see every day when you log on Instagram. Girls post semi-naked photos of their bodies they went to the gym and worked out on. And all of a sudden, what happens? They get a lot of followers. They get a lot of followers, and what are guys trying to do? Guys are trying to make the girls' dreams come true. So you have to think about what I'm saying as like the goals that you decide to make your dreams happen, they're different for everybody, but you just have to have them. So your goal could be, I'm gonna go to the gym every single day until everybody in the world wants to make whatever I want to happen, or whatever they may be. They're up to you. All right. The simpler, the better. Okay. So like for me, I uh the 10,000 people that I'm trying to help, become leaders in society, I broke it down simply like, hey, for me to help people get out of their job and become a creative, in my opinion, I feel like they need to make $50,000 a year. So I broke that down to like roughly what? Basically getting 1,000 people on the email list or their fan base and selling them two things a year for $25. When you break it down that simply, it's like, okay, could you sell your friend like $50 worth of stuff a year? Like, yeah. Anybody thinks about it that way. So when I break that down, I even break it down further, and I say, okay, that 1,000 people in over the course of a year, that breaks down to you talking to three new people per day and really getting to know them. Can you talk and meet three new people per day on the internet using a hashtag of something that you like and they like, and you can talk to them about it? Yeah, I can do that. That totally changes the perspective of them over the course of 3 years getting the money they need to do what they want to do full time. If I say quit your job and start doing music full time right now, they'll be like, no, I can't do that. If I say to them, hey, make sure for the next 2 or 3 years you talk to three new people every day and you connect with them on a personal level and talk about something you guys both have, the same love for. They'd be like, yeah, of course I could do that. It's your own choice about how you want to break down or implement your goals to achieving what you want to achieve. All right. So it can be as simple as you want. It could be as complex as you want. But in my opinion, the simpler the better. But it's really no point, or it's really not for me to say whether your goals um, are valid or not to achieve your dreams. All right. So we have D and G, and D and G equals V, which is the whole big thing of this whole thing I'm doing right now and recording and trying to tell you. So visions, all right? Visions are the way you see the world when you execute your goals, all right? The most famous leaders in our history of humans had big, great visions, all right? Um, I can say the words of "I had a dream." You know who said that? I can say the words of also very bad things like Hitler. All right. So it's kind of like the biggest, most famous leaders had visions of the ways they saw the world, good or bad. Okay. And I guess, to use a super in the moment example, I hate to do it, but like if you look at Donald Trump versus Hillary Clinton, Hillary Clinton had goals. Her goals were to make America better for women. Her goals were to, like more equality or things like that. Donald Trump had a vision of making America great again. And I know it sounds dumb, and you can hate him or love it, etc. What if Hillary Clinton was hanging out with Bernie Sanders and she actually learned marketing? Bernie Sanders has a vision of the way they wanted America to be. You can see the difference between all these people's message. All right. So if you have like a dream, all right, and then you're implementing goals to make it happen, and then when you're at that stage, you can start to tell others your vision of the way you want the world to be. And when you have a vision, that is what gets people on board to make your visions happen. All right. So the vision is the way you see the world. All right. Why does this work? I'm going to say that I don't know, but from all the studies and the reading I've done, it basically, as humans, we have like a genetic code that's all embedded into us. And that code is something to, I think you should look into something called the monomyth. What the monomyth is the story of like heroes. Um, over the study of time, they studied like heroes from the 1900, 19 BC, I don't know, way back in the day till now. And like the story kind of goes something similar to this. Like, right, the hero is at home. They have a vision of the way the world wants to be. Somebody tugs the hero to go out and make their dream happen, right? Something bad happens. You know, Simba's dad dies. What are some stories here? Freaking, uh, I don't even know. 50 Cent's mom, she dies. What's some? The list goes on, right? If you think about it, something bad happens, all right? From that something bad happens, they they gain a skill or they learn to overcome. Okay, so that's the person learning how to implement those goals. That's basically what that symbolizes in movies, right? And it's called like I don't know, something, the gift of whatever. I'm gonna put the link to this monomyth stuff in the description, right? When they overcome this first bad thing, they get a skill, right? And then that skill they use to ultimately get over the hump at the end, or beat the bad guy or the boss, all right? So basically, over the study of time, they've realized that all the structures of stories are all the same. And like before the internet or MySpace or whatever it is, that's how like stories are passed down through time, is or that's how like legends are made, is they're passed down through time through stories, right? And like these stories have these core elements of basically branding and having a great idealized vision of the way the world will be, etc. Right? So that's kind of what you need to do. All right. And I just gave like a little bit of a example, I guess, with 50 Cent, right? 50 Cent had a dream to get out of the hood, right? He went on the corner every single day and he sold drugs. One day he got shot 9 times, right? That bad thing happened. After that, he obviously had the drive and the grit to overcome that, and then now the music business was easy for him, and he just dominated, right? So, and then now he has a vision. That vision that he had of the world changing was his now. He made it into a music career. G Unit. He sold that story and he told that story to the world. Now, everybody remembers that time, man, with him like going on tour with Eminem and whatever. Like that was like literally 100 years from now, people will be talking about 50 Cent. Like remember the guy that got shot 9 times? Like 100 years from now, people are going to be telling that story because it has all of these elements, right? And the cool thing is when you learn about the monomyth, you're gonna see the parallel to your own life, and it's up to you to learn about it and then use that structure to tell the world what you're trying to accomplish, so that they can help you make it happen. But your vision for the world and the way you think the world should be and what you're trying to accomplish isn't going to happen if you don't have a very clear dream and if you're not implementing goals along the way. So that is why D plus G equals V, because V is where you want to be at. That's where the money happens, but you have to understand that you can't make that happen if you don't have a very clear dream and you don't have goals to make that happen. So that's what I would tell you. For me, my vision is like literally having a group of 10,000 people that like are ride or die, that they're the new future of the music business. They're the new future of entertainment. They're the tastemakers and the trendsetters of the world. You know, I don't want to, the next generation or my kids to get a seventh place trophy or whatever. I don't really believe in that. Like, there's winners and there's losers. Like, seventh place is not a winner. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see the world a specific way. I don't want the world to become like soft and all this sort of stuff. Like, we can't even have different opinions anymore and all this sort of stuff. And in the entertainment world or music business, like I think that the future is everybody getting access to money, no matter how much it is, because the only thing that can even the playing field in the arts world is money. Because if so and so musician has millions of dollars, they're always going to be looked at higher and cooler than the next artist who's maybe more talented just because they didn't have the money. So I think access to capital or money or like the ability to create is the next frontier of the arts. So that's my vision for how I want to change the world and the industry itself. you know um but like those things won't happen if I don't learn the skills to bring together 10,000 people. Those things won't happen if I decide I want to live someone else's dream. Like, oh, I'm going to do exactly everything Kanye did, or I'm going to do everything exactly the way Jay-Z did it. No, like I'm me, I'm new, I'm my own person. I have my own dream of my own life, and I'm going to learn the goals and set goals in place that I need to hit to make them a reality, so that I can share my vision with people like me so they can help it happen. So that's the way this works. All right. And then, have I learned these things, a monomyth, how to tell stories, etc.? I have. And that is like what I would tell you from this, is you need to literally learn storytelling. You need to learn it because it's important to you, and it's how we all remember things as humans. Like I said, it's weird, but like that is what we all know. So we all know stories, you know? It's weird. So that's basically the value for today. You know what I'm saying? Like, hopefully you guys are getting something out of this. If you disagree, hit me up, man. Call the number. We have a phone number on the email or something like that. Let's talk. You know, it's exciting to hear. You know, I think we had like 4 or 5 people call. You know, just over the last couple of days. You know, from the first email. So, hey, man, you know, we have a lot of free information out there for you guys to, you know, to get, download. It's totally free and implement. And then we also have like paid stuff where, hey, we can actually help you. We can help you set up some events in your city, and basically you can work with us to like make this stuff happen. You know what I'm saying? So take action, and we'll talk to you guys soon. See ya.